Most Bloodflame builds rely on stat scaling, whether it's Dexterity, Arcane or Faith. They grow stronger with higher levels, turning into powerful endgame builds. But what happens when that option is completely off the table? Today, I'm taking on Elden Ring with the Bloodflame build, but I won't be leveling up. With just 10 on all stats, most Blood Oath incantations barely deal damage, and I don't even meet the minimum stat requirements for the weapons. I am left with almost nothing to work with. Instead, I will have to rely on stat boosting items to make up for what I lack. So how far can I take this? Can Bloodflame carry me through Elden Ring without the stat scaling to back it up? Let's find out. First, I need a weapon that fits the build. The Uchigatana is perfect. It's fast, applies bleed, and is easy to get. It's in Death Touch, Catacombs, and Limgrave, so that's my first stop. But I can't wield it yet. To meet the stat requirements without leveling, I had to Dragon Barrel for Radagon's Sword Seal inside 4th power. It boosts strength and dexterity by 5 each, letting me equip the weapon immediately. Next, I need the main boost itself, Bloodflame Blade. It coats weapons with flame that not only deals fire damage, but also stacks bleed over time. There's a scarab near Rose Church in Liurnia that drops it. To apply the buff, I need a seal. Malenia takes me to Round Table Hold after resting at a grace. Here, I buy the finger seal from the Twin Maiden husks, and while I'm here, I upgrade my blade to +6 using the materials I've collected while traveling. With that, it's off to the Castle Ward Tunnel. Margit is our first major roadblock. Before the fight, I mix my wondrous physique for a power boost. The flask is found at the 3rd Church of Marika. Inside the flask, I mix the Faith Knot Crystal tier and the Spiked Crack tier. The Faith Knot Crystal tier boosts Faith, making Bloodflame Blade stronger. I'll likely change this later. The Spiked Crack tier increases charge attack damage, which is perfect for stance breaks. Now it's time to fight. Yeah, I have to wait, I don't know what he's doing. That was so cool. That was so much fun. Stats for nerds. Defeating Margit grants me second potion access to Stormere Castle. The castle itself has nothing critical, just missing stones and cracked pots I pick up on the way. My next target is Godrick. His Great Rune is essential, not just for progression, but for the +5 boost to all stats. By the time I reach Godrick, my Uchigatana is upgraded to +7 and I have equipped Shabira's Wu as my second talisman. I chose it as my starting gift to force the boss's aggression onto me, keeping the fight focused and cutting down on unnecessary delays. Other than that, my setup remained the same. My stamina! Oh, I ran away. Okay. I didn't expect a stance break, so I was like, goodbye! I'm leaving before you get the hit in me. Oh god. My ankle is really weird. The ankle is really weird. With Godrick out of the way, I climbed the Divine Tower of Limgrave to activate his Great Rune. With my stats now boosted, I have more flexibility in weapon choices if something better comes along. For now, I turn my sights to Liurnia. I grab the glintstone key to gain access to Lucaria and press on until I stand before the golden gate of Radagon's Dog. For this fight, I need better stamina management, so I've equipped the green turtle talisman as my second talisman. It boosts stamina recovery speed by 8 per second. For my wondrous physique, I've mixed the Dexterity Knot Crystal tier, which grants plus 10 dexterity for 3 minutes, and the Green Spill Crystal tier, which increases my max stamina by 15% for the same duration. My Uchigatana is now upgraded to plus 9. With this setup, I can stay on the offensive without worrying about my stamina running dry. The rest of my build remains unchanged. With the doggo out of the way, I head straight to Rennala. Defeating her grants me a third pouch, which I'll gladly take before moving on to more meaningful challenges. Her fight itself isn't difficult, just drawn out. The first phase drags on and the second is a mess of spell spam. By this point, I've sharpened my blade to plus 10. My setup remains unchanged since I need to evade her nonsense as mentioned prior to regulate my stamina. Now that this fight is over, before doing anything else, I return to the Academy gates and take the waygate to Balum Highway. It's time to enter Altus Plateau and unlock the Radahn Festival. While I'm here, I make a quick stop at Luck's Runes. I want the Ritual Sword Talisman, but first I need to take down the demi-human queen guarding it. This talisman boosts attack power by 10% when HP is at maximum, which is a solid damage boost going forward. Next, I drop by the Second Church of America. The Uchigatana has served me well, but I'd rather loot the Nagakiba from Yura's dying body. Its reach is massive and I haven't used it in any of my playthroughs yet. It requires 18 strength and 22 dexterity, which I don't have yet. To fix that, I complete Gary's questline and cure Millicent of her scarlet rot in Caelid. As a reward, she gives me the Prosthesis Wearer's heirloom, which raises dexterity by another 5. With Godrick's Great Rune, the Prosthesis Wearer's Talisman, and Radagon's Sword Seal, I can wield the Nagakiba without an issue. I keep the Uchigatana as a backup. Now, I grab my third pouch from Enya and it's off to the Radahn Festival. For this fight, my flats remain unchanged. I equipped the Prosthesis Wearer's Talisman as my second one to meet the Nakagiba stat requirements as already mentioned before, and the Ritual Sword Talisman for a boost in attack power. My weapon is upgraded to plus 13, which hopefully will give me an edge in the fight. I don't fucking know. Oh no. That was tough, Noodles. That was tough. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. That was really tough. After the fight with Radahn, I had to Altus Plateau to collect some important items, but we'll come back to that later. For now, I move on to the capital outskirts. The Tree Sentinel fight can go either way, depending on your setup and chosen auxiliary attributes, and it requires precise timing. To avoid getting caught in his attacks, I'll be wearing the Ash of War Scarab, a helm that reduces the FP cost of skills by 13 to 15%. This helps cut down how often I need to stop and drink flasks. The fight also demands good stamina management. Typically, I'd grab the Viridian Amber Medallion +1 for extra stamina, but I'm too lazy for that. Instead, my Green Spill Crystal tier will have to do, and I'll be applying Flame Grant Me Strength, an incantation that increases stamina recovery speed by 5 per second for 30 seconds. It also boosts physical and fire damage by 20% each. The boost lasts for 30 seconds. My setup remained the same, except for the weapon itself, which I've upgraded to +16 and infused with Keen for an A scaling in dexterity. With all my boosts active, my dex reaches 35. Even with that, the boost is enough to make a difference. away, run away, run away, run away. Waha! No? Oh, my heart! Jesus Christ, my heart! I can't! I know what you're thinking. Time for Godric Shade, then Margit, right? Well, yes, but also no. Let's rewind a bit. We skimmed over Altis, and while 35 dex is nice, having the option to squeeze out a little more wouldn't hurt. Maybe even with an added perk? With that in mind, I head back to Caelid where Millicent is waiting. Talking to her makes her relicate Niall's runes, but before she hands over the much needed talisman, I first need to loot a prosthetic arm for her and unlock the site of grace in Windmill Village. But there's a catch to it. The grace is blocked by a Godskin apostle. When the fight concludes and I rest at the grace, Millicent appears. But she's not just going to give me the talisman, which is her arm. So yeah, we gotta fight her. Ah! No! Shit! This was not good! This was terrible! Once defeated, the arm becomes the talisman, granting an additional +5 dex boost and increasing attack power with successive hits. With that sad but necessary decision made, it's for the greater good. I swept out the prosthesis Wearer's heirloom from Millicent's arm and enter Leyndell. We're standing in front of Godfrey's gate, ready to face his shade. For this fight, my build remained the same, except now I'm using the prosthesis arm for the successive attack boost, and my Nagakiba is upgraded to +17. The biggest change is in my flask of Runer's physique. I swept out the green spill crystal tier for the flame shrouding crack tier, which increases fire attack by 20%. This stacks with flame grant me strength, meaning I'll be getting a huge boost to my Bloodflame blade's fire damage. Now, I'm no expert in Elden Ring's damage formulas. Sometimes the multiplier is 1.2, sometimes 1.6, depending on the weapon and affinity. But even someone like me can tell that this setup is going to burn. Yeah, my blood blade ran out, but it's okay. Godfrey's golden shade falls, and with it, I claim the fourth and final pouch. Now I have the luxury of equipping a fourth talisman, opening up endless possibilities. I think we've used the Nakagiba enough for now. It's time to change things up. Let's experiment a bit with Eleanor's pole blade, which I got at the Second Church of America after Yura's pathetic demise. I kick Eleanor off the ledge and take a weapon as a reward. Bye, bitch. Now, I know some people call this weapon OP, but here's the thing, it only feels overpowered if you have the right stats and can actually pull off its full moveset. The Ash of War and even the Charge R2s leave you wide open, meaning you need a huge health pool to tank hits while swinging. Most enemies won't just let you style on them, they'll punch you in the face mid-animation. So instead, I'll limit my attacks to quick R1s, where Millicent's arm should hopefully shine. To complement the pole blade, I'll also be wearing the Mimic Tier mask for the extra bleed buildup. And from my newly unlocked 4th slot, I equipped the Dagger Talisman for increased critical damage. I swap out the Ritual Sword Talisman for the Green Turtle Talisman to boost stamina recovery. The pole blade is upgraded to +9 and my flats remain unchanged. Let's see how this goes. Oh yeah, put these foolish ambitions to rest, honestly. Ah, God. Well, that didn't work, so let's go over the build again. This time, I'm swapping out the Turtle Talisman for the Blue Dancer Charm. It raises physical damage with lower equipment weight. I have no idea by how much, and honestly, I don't really care. When all else fails, you switch around talismans and hope for the best. I'm also replacing the Dagger Talisman with the Fire Scorpion Charm, which adds 12% fire damage. Since it stacks with Flame Grant Me Strength and the Flame Shroud Cracked tier, this has to work now. Oh, that's weird.
Shall not be forgiven.
I don't know who he is fighting. I think usually he would do that. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the stupid fire giant. I hate that fight. With Margit out of the way, our journey now takes us to the mountaintops of the giants. But instead of heading straight for the forge, I'm taking a detour. That brings me to Castle Sol. There are some valuable smithing stones here, but that's not why I came. Defeating Commander Niall grants me the second half of the Haligtree medallion, which I need if I want to face Malenia. The first half is already in my possession from the village of the Albinarics, so now it's time to get the other piece. Before stepping through the fog gate, let's go over the setup. My Ki Nagagiba is now upgraded to +20. I'm wearing the Ash of War Scarab, which helps reduce FP cost when casting Bloodflame Blade and using my Ash of War. Since Niall's knights are a problem on their own, I've brought a buckler to parry them and also bought Bewitching Branches to turn them against Niall, letting them fight for me instead. For talismans, Radagon's Scar Seal is a no-brainer for the raw stat boost, while the Blue Dancer Charm increases my attack power based on my low equip load. Millicent's Prosthesis gives me an extra plus dex and boosts successive attack power, which works perfectly with the Nagagiba speed. And for punishing stance breaks even more, I'm using the Dagger Talisman to increase critical damage. To push my fire damage even further, I'll keep using the Flame Shroud Cracked tier, which stacks with Flame Grant Me Strength for maximum fire output. I'm also using the Dexterity Not Crystal tier for an additional plus 10 dex. With everything set, it's time to step through the fog gate and take him down. Thank you, Commander. Goodbye, Niall. With that, I grab the second half of the medallion, and off we go to the Haligtree. I'm skipping the entire consecrated snowfield and Ordina puzzle. None of that is important for the run. The Haligtree, a beautiful yet poisonous place filled with enemies far too hefty for me, which means a lot of death and sprinting past everything. I press on and soon enough I run into my next hindrance, Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. For this fight, I need a lot of stamina management. My Flask of Wondrous Physique now includes both the Green Spill Crystal tier for max stamina and the Green Burst Crystal tier for faster stamina recovery. On top of that, I'm equipping the Viridian Amber Medallion +2, which I picked up here in the area for even more stamina capacity. I've already covered the other talismans, so no need to go over them again. Hate this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's leave. Nah, I'm not risking shit here. No! Why the f didn't that work? With the obstacle out of the way, I could move onto the base of the Haligtree and face Malenia, but I decide to retreat back to the mountaintops for now. I make a stop at the Church of Repose, where I am invaded by Bloodyfinger Okina. Defeating him rewards me with both his mask, which grants +3 dexterity, and the Rivers of Blood katana. This weapon works well for both dex and arcane builds. It scales with dexterity, but a lot of its damage is fire-based, instead of pure physical. On top of that, higher arcane increases its bleed buildup, making it even better for stacking bleed on enemies. Its Ash of War, Corpse Piler, deals both physical and fire damage, which fits perfectly into a Bloodflame build in my eyes. Okay, now we're heading toward, honestly I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this, my least favorite boss in the entire game. And if you're relying on fire damage, forget it. This fight is going to drag. I have no idea what's up with the Fire Giant's second phase health pool, but for some reason it always feels like it takes thrice as long to bring him down. is just one massive slab of HP that refuses to melt. But well, no use complaining. So here's my loadout. Rivers of Blood +9. This weapon requires 18 dex and 20 arcane to wield. So I've paired it with the silver tier mask, which gives me +8 to arcane. And for talisman, I'm using the Radahn sword seal and Marika's sword seal, the latter of which gives me an extra +5 to arcane, so I can wield the weapon. I grabbed this one in the Haligtree after Loretta. Alongside those, I've got Millicent's Prothesis for the dex boost and successive attack power, and the Rich's sword talisman for extra damage at full HP. My Flask of Wondrous Physique is set with Dexterity Knot and Green Spill. However, considering how long the second phase drags on, my flask will most likely run out mid-fight. That is why I need both Radagon's sword seal and Marika's sword seal equipped to make sure I can still swing properly. Anyway, no more stalling, let's get this over with. Are you shitting me? What the fuck was this about? Oh my god, how is this even possible? Fine, you know what? I'm gonna get down here. I don't know what he's doing. What are you doing? Can you stop? Jesus Christ. Come on, are you shitting me? How do I only do 300 damage each? What the fuck is this shit? Come on! Oh, this is no fun. Dude, why the hell am I doing so little damage? Are you done with your temper tantrum? This is so messy. This is so fucking messy. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. Now I'll wait. I don't even want to know how long this is taking. Finally! Ugh. I can't believe we actually pulled that off. That was a battle of endurance. With the fire giant finally dealt with, I climbed the Forge of the Giants where Malenia appears once again. She burned the air tree, and just like that, this is goodbye. The next thing I know, I'm teleported to Farum Azula. For the Godskin Duo, I'm bringing back the Nagakiba, now fully upgraded to plus 25. The reason I'm not using any of the other options is simple. Stance break. I don't plan on using sleep pods, and given that both bosses are constantly chasing me down, I'll have to retreat often, which makes bleed buildup unreliable. Breaking their stance is the best way to deal damage and to create openings. To complement the stance breaking, I'm using the dagger talisman for extra critical damage. As for the other talismans, I don't think I need to reintroduce them at this point. My Flask of Wondrous Physique is the good old Dexterity Knot and Green Spell, which has been my setup for most of the run. To round things out, I'm also equipping Kukris. They might be useful for extra bleed buildup. Why the hell do I have this? It's not like I can take a hit. I forgot. Scheiße. I know I don't have my fire shit right now, but... Ich warte lieber einen Moment. Yeah, I know that in the last bit I didn't do the Bloodflame blade, but it's okay. It's fine. I also don't care that he did like the belly slam a few times, so it's fine, it's okay. For Maliketh, I need good stamina management, once again. To help with that, I'm using the Great Total Shield, which boosts stamina recovery speed. On top of that, Flame Grant Me Strength adds an extra layer of stamina regeneration. Since I need one more talisman slot for Margit's Sword Seal to meet the Rivers of Blood stat requirement, I've had to drop a talisman, which is why I'm not using the Green Turtle Talisman or the Viridian Amber Medallion. With Rivers of Blood now upgraded to +10, I'm also swapping in Alexander's Shard. If you complete Alexander's questline, you'll find him one last time after the Godskin Apostle fight, and this is your reward. The shard greatly increases the attack power of Ashes of War, which is exactly what I need to make Corpse Piler hit even harder. I'm also not using any headgear as any more equipment and out-hit medium load. I need my fast rolls and extra iframes for this fight. My Windows physique remains the same as the previous fight. Well, I'm not going to cast it again.
Thou approachest destined death. I will not have it stolen.
Nah. I think I can do one more. I'm fucking stuck. Oh shit, okay, you didn't get me. I don't know, man. I would love to have a fucking stand spray, but it's just... My eyebrow is itching. Dude, I don't want to fall down. I don't want to fall down, okay? I also don't know where the pillars are. Oh my god. This is so chaotic. I have no idea what the fuck I am.
man.
With the Rune of Death in my possession, I'm spawned back into Leyndell, now ashen from the burning of the Earth Tree. But before I can claim the throne, Gideon Ofnir decides he can stand in my way. With all the knowledge he's accumulated, he throws everything he has at me. I'm using my Nagakiba plus 25 for its reach and stance break capabilities. Equipped with a Great Turtle Shield, the Viridian Amber Medallion plus 2, and my Green Spill Crystal tier, I have enough stamina to relentlessly slash at him. Gideon Ofnir falls, begrudgingly accepting defeat. With Gideon out of the way, I can step into the arena of Huralu. This time I'm bringing back Eleanor's Pole Blade, now fully upgraded to plus 10. To make the most of it, I'm using Millicent's Prothesis, the Winged Sword Insignia, and the Thorny Crack tier, stacking all three to amplify successive attack damage even further. Radagons and Marcus Sword Seals stay in the build, since I need the extra stats for Eleanor's Pole Blade and can't afford the silver mask weighing me down, due to having a shield equipped. My Dexterity nut remains in the flask for extra dex.
I'm waiting. Oh no, that's not good. I didn't manage. No, I'm fucked. Okay.
Huralu falls, and with him, nothing stands between me and the core of the Earth Tree. But before heading to the final battle, I make one last stop. Malenia waits at the heart of the Haligtree, and with my weapons fully upgraded and all necessary talismans collected, it's time to face her. For this fight, I'm sticking with my key Naka Giba, fully upgraded to plus 25, and the Okina mask for an extra plus 3 dex. Shard of Alexander boosts my Ash of War. I'm also sticking to the Ritual Sword Talisman and Millicent Prothesis to boost attack power and dex, further amplifying my weapon's raw damage output. And Kukris are there to help with bleed buildup when I need it. As for my Flask of Wondrous Physique, I'm making a sacrifice. This time, I'm going full survival mode. Instead of damage boosts, I'm using the Crimson Burst Crystal tier, which steadily restores HP over time, and the Opaline Bubble tier, which significantly negates damage on impact. Malenia can delete me in a second, so having some extra survivability might just make the difference. I'm also bringing Bone Darts to trigger her AI into using Waterfall Dance, giving me a chance to bait it out safely. This fight is going to require a lot of patience, and to be honest, I don't come here often, so I'm a bit rusty. One hit from her and I'm gone. And Waterfall Dance, I never really spent time learning how to avoid it at close range. So my plan is to bait the attack and keep my distance, only punishing when there's an actual opening. If this fight takes forever, that's why. So no judgment. She really let me do a lot of stuff just now. I don't trust her. She's not attacking, she's not doing anything. Oh, this took so long. My flame grant me strength is gone as well. I know, I'll do small one and then... Okay. No! Fuck, I wasted time. Maybe I can still do it. Aha! That didn't work. I need to fuck off.
I have no idea. I was fucking in the corner. Ah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I rolled too early, but it still worked. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not going to complain. Oh god. Three minutes over, okay. Come on, quickly, save me. Oh, fuck, I survived somehow. Ring. Okay, come on, one more. Oh god, seriously? I have no idea how long this took, but hey! We're done! We're done! We managed this! Ooh. Oh, Jesus Christ! Jeez, I didn't know that I would survive the hits, honestly. This was really a wild card.
It was a long fight, and I definitely need more practice, but a win is a win. With Malenia defeated, there's only one fight left. Despite Elden Beast being immune to bleed, I'm sticking with Rivers of Blood. It feels like the right way to end this run. I'm using the Ash of War's Garb to reduce FP cost so I won't have to pause too often to drink. Margit and Radagon's Sword Seal stay for the stat boost, Melisand's Prothesis adds extra dex and attack power, and Alexander's Shard is there to boost my Ash of War. Not sure if it makes a massive difference in phase 2, but it feels like the best choice. For my flask, I'm going with Thorny Crack Tear and Dexterity Knot.
That's not good. That is absolutely not good. I don't know. Can you like fuck off? Gosh. That's not good. Let's go. Let's go crazy. Let's go crazy. Oh yeah, I should have used this before. Whatever. End of map, bitch. Can't get me from here. Is this real? Oh, fuck. Dude, I don't have a lot left. Come on, fuck off. God. Why did you elongate this so much? Jeebus. Okay. Yeah, alright. We're done here. And with that, the base game run concludes. If you made it this far, thank you. It means a lot. I hope you enjoyed this run, and I'd love to cover the DLC with this build too. If you agree, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Thank you, and I'll see you around.